Gents, welcome. I think I've got Jason Popp, CEO of Moss with me, and Michael Green, obviously the UK MD of Moss.
Correct.
Gents, thanks for joining me. Jason, thanks
here.
for coming out from the US,
Yeah.
all this way from Chicago.
Nice to see you again, Ian.
Just for those who don't know much about it, tell me a little bit about Moss. What is Moss, for those who don't know?
Yeah, Moss is the leading global production partner for live branded experiences. So we work with the trade, and that's obviously why we're here. We work with agencies, design and build companies, general service contractors to really carry out their vision for a live experience. So examples of that could be everything from an exhibition booth where we might do specialist production work on tension fabric signs, for example. It could be a sporting event. We do work here in the UK for the NFL as an example. It could be a live music experience. So we just recently acquired business on the West Coast of the United States that does a lot of work in music festivals. And so they'll provide things like truss covers and tent liners, things like that to make the music experience just even more engaging.
And obviously you've now expanded to the UK market as well. You've obviously, Michael, that's in UK. What is your role within, how do you develop Moss from here within the UK?
Interesting question. We've been part of Moss for just slightly over a year. Previously a business called Macro Art. Just acquired Rocket.
Yep.
Another fantastic business in our sector. Our model is to look at, if we're going to do acquisitions, is to look at businesses that really fit with our values, both in terms of production, in terms of culture, and in terms of sector. At the moment, let's bed the Rocket acquisition in and turn two very good businesses into one fantastic business. And that's the next year for sure.
And obviously, this is your third purchase, I think, for the group itself. And with Rocket Graphics, you've had a couple of others before that as well. So adding these to your stable of products, what is it going to do for the company? What's the growth plan behind all that?
Well, we're really excited. As Michael's saying, this is the third acquisition in the last 15 months for us. And we're always really excited. We put a lot of attention on the companies that we start to have discussions with. Like any business, we meet with probably hundreds of companies to yield the ones that we actually, go to the altar with. And with Rocket, we couldn't be more excited. It's a fantastic business, as Michael says. It really, it sort of rounds out our capabilities. We're adding 60 incredibly talented people. We've got more execution capability in 8 months. They share a lot of our values in terms of sustainability and customer service. So we're really excited about that. What we're trying to do with our acquisition strategy is ensure that we're looking at businesses that really complement what Moss is able to offer. So as I mentioned, we closed on a business called Stretch Shapes on the West Coast of the US that does this very stretchy fabric for outdoor festivals and outdoor events. We didn't do as much work in outdoor before, so this really helps accelerate our work in terms of doing outdoor live events. And so we couldn't be happier with that.
Yeah, and obviously on the event side of things, sustainability, as you say, it's a big factor now. And you've just launched, you've got a carbon calculator as well.
We have indeed.
So what is that going to add to basically your client base?
Our client, the focus on sustainability is growing and growing and growing. The events industry has always been seen as wasteful. And I think, the events industry has gotten a lot better over the last couple of years at taking responsibility and taking hold of the challenge for our customers and for ourselves. Our carbon calculator gives our customers the ability to measure the carbon usage of the graphics that they're using for events so that they can report back to the corporations that they're working with. So it's traceability, it's action. We've been zero to landfill since about 2018, and we've always really tried to push the envelope with sustainability. So we're trying to use more the sustainability market in terms of materials has changed a great deal over the past 5 or 6 years. It used to be, very rough, not great looking materials. Now the manufacturers are coming with much better materials. So the old stories about it costs more to be sustainable with graphics, not true anymore. There are some very, very good sustainable options around. And we continue, we have a sustainability committee that meets monthly. We're just trying to do the best we can for the planet. I know that sounds a little bit, but we're serious about it.
Unless you're Donald Trump is trying to bring back plastic straws, I see.
Let's not go there.
That's another talking point.
I think the
Let's not go there.
calculator is a great example, Ian, too, talking about our global strategy. This was born in the UK, but we were working on extending it to the other geographies in which Moss operates. So If you're a client in the UK, you can use the carbon calculator right now.
Okay.
And we'll be expanding that to the US and onto continental Europe as well.
I was going to say, because the UK market, the European market, is quite far ahead of the US on the sustainability side of things.
And these are the benefits that we have as a global company. And that's where I think that's what makes Moss different. We're really the only major global player in our space. And we learn a lot from our UK
We do.
team.
I think the fantastic thing is, let's say operationally, we have every 2 weeks, we have an international operational teams meeting where people share knowledge. So let's say, for example, America's got a problem with one of their die-sub machines. They talk to the UK operations team. We say, why don't you tweak this and tweak that? Or they speak to the Germans, or they speak to the Polish team. It's a collection of knowledgeable people, which makes us really, really strong.
And it's moving quite quickly, isn't it? Things are changing
It's moving very quickly, yes.
So how do you stay ahead of the game?
I think it's in our DNA. We have a collection of people that work for us that just want to be the best. And they're, I think we're ahead of the game.
So the likes of, say, Rocket Graphics, who just got, are they staying as that particular brand, or are they becoming part of being known as Moss?
They become Moss.
Become a part of Moss. We've got over 550 people globally. I think we're just stronger coming to the market with a singular, unified brand that makes sense in our clients' eyes. Many of our clients will use us in different geographies, and so it's just easier all as one brand.
Okay. One product I saw was a banner in a bag. What is that? Can you explain that?
So we have a rentable banner system.
Okay.
Which the original Moss, the name Moss, comes from a man called Bill Moss who invented the pop-up tent. Okay. That's where it all stemmed from.
Right.
The DNA.
That's the DNA. And Bill's idea of the pop-up tent, which was a round tube that could click together into a kit, is essentially how Moss got formed and how Moss became known for tension fabric. So taking this kit idea, or to the tent idea, it breaks down into a bag, and you can do cylinders, cubes, internally illuminated, all rented, let's say for a week or 2 weeks, comes back to us, we do the graphic, sustainable graphic option, doesn't end up in the skip.
Fantastic. Any other unique products that you have that the market may not know of?
We're working on some lighting developments. We have a animated light box system called, I never remember, Emotion.
Last year, we actually launched a number of sustainable fabrics. So this was the entire portfolio of sustainable substrates that replaced their legacy products, all of which we brought to market at no premium price. So that was really important for our clients who said, I want the sustainable option, but I don't want to necessarily be able to, we can't pay more for it. So that's really where a lot of the innovation is in lighting, acoustical elements, new sustainable substrates, and then this banner in the back, which we may have to steal that idea. I love that. That's a great one. And because a lot of our clients, whether it's a live event agency, they don't want to own equipment. They don't have the space to store kit, so they're able to rent it with us.
And does AI play much in what you're developing at the moment?
Very, very interesting. We're looking. I did something in Print Week that said it's definitely the future.
Yeah.
And we need to embrace it. So yes, we're looking into it.
Okay, we'll have to watch that space. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And 25, how does 25 look for yourselves? Is it a busy year ahead?
25 has started busy for us. We have a really exciting event from a UK perspective. Very exciting events calendar. And now with Rocket have a lot of European or work in Europe. And we've got a lot of European work as well, which our European facilities will be able to produce for. So yeah, it's looking good.
It does. I wish you all the best.
Indicators are busy year.
Oh, that's good to hear. No, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming to Confex.
Yeah.
Let's spend a few minutes to have a catch up, and I wish you all the best. Have a good show, and good luck for the year ahead.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks.
Nice to see you.
Thank you too. Thanks.